Hello, welcome to the session for week 3. This week we're talking about word processing. Microsoft Word, which is a word processing program designed to create, edit, and modify text documents. Your reading assignments for this week are Chapter 1, over creating, formatting, and editing. Chapter 2, creating a research paper, and Chapter 3, creating business letters. The assignments for this week are the discussion board. How can word processing be done more efficiently? Just want to remind everyone to include their APA formatted document. If you'll look at the announcements for week 3, you'll see the specifics for this assignment. Week 3 assignment 1 is, part 1 is the cover letter. Follow the assigned directions to create the cover letter. Part 2 is the resume. You're to use a template and create the resume with your own information. You're to submit one compressed folder or file, and it should contain week 3 folder, 2 and 2 Word documents. So actually what you're going to do is compress week 3 folder, and inside of it should be 2 Word documents. One's your cover letter and the other is a resume. And this is an example of a resume. It really depends on the template you choose, what components it has. This one has your contact information, summary, computer skills, experience, and education. Just make sure that when you save this, that everything gets saved, because I notice that sometimes when you reopen it, it might just still say your name. So make sure before you submit it that all the information is saved in there. A cover letter should contain the mailing information for you, the date, your employer's mailing information to the company you're applying to, and you can make those up. They don't have to be anything real. You need a greeting, and you need 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph is an introduction and tells why you are applying for the position. 2 decries the skills, education, experience. 3 is why you're the best candidate. So you've told them why what your education experience is, but now you have to tell them why you're the best person to choose. And then the closing remarks, and in here you can ask for an interview, reiterate your contact information, that kind of thing. Then you need to include a salutation and type your name. For the resume, you use a template, and I don't really care which one you choose. And so it will depend on the template you choose for your resume as to which components it has in what order. Customize it with your own information. Things that should be included depending on the template or contact information. You might have an objective. There might be career summary, experience, education, perhaps skills. And it might be in a different order, and the template may have other things too. When you open, these are some things you need to review for week 3. The default font size in Word is typically 11. You can change that. I did want to show you quickly how to do that. If you're in Word, you click on this little button, which is next to the font editing things. And in there, you're going to choose your font. See, I've chosen Times New Roman 12. And then you're going to click this button, set it as default. And then that will be your new default. So just use what you use most of the time, and that will make it easier. To delete an incorrect character in a document, simply click next to the character, and then press backspace to erase to the left of the insertion point, or press delete to erase to the right of the insertion point. If the top of a set of characters or graphical images cut off, then the line spacing might be set to exactly. So you want to format your paragraph and change the line spacing. Headers and footers can include documentation information such as the page number, current date, current time, and author's name. So in our Word document, if you go to the Insert menu, you'll see the header and footer information. And when you get you kind of choose where you're going to put it, and then you have to go back to insert, choose page number. So maybe you want a page number there. Maybe you want the author's name, and maybe you want the date and time. Say you want it November 11th. And that's how you set up your header and footer. And when you click close, then your header or footer, depending on which one you did, will be set. And see, this one has my name and then the page number. And of course that wouldn't be very neat, but you just need to change it around how you want it. And you can do both headers and footers. You just have to do them separately. Word provides an autocorrect feature that automatically corrects errors as you type them in a document. In order to change the autocorrect features, move it out of the way so you can see, click File, then Options, then Proofing, Autocorrect Options, and it's in here. You would type the word and also type what you want to replace it with. And you'll see that there's already some defaults in there. So the best thing for autocorrect is just to choose words that you always misspell. Sometimes it's just a matter of you're set to in your head to misspell them. So put them in the autocorrect. And maybe there's something that you always type in capital letters, and you can use that as an autocorrect too. It's really up to you. A field is a placeholder for data whose contents can change. A note reference mark signals that a note exists at the bottom of the page as a footnote. It's usually a superscript, such as this little tiny one, and then at the bottom there would be corresponding one and the footnote. The title of the work, so I listed the title of the book here in italics. It's maybe difficult to see, but italics is slanted letters, so it's italicized. You would typically italicize the title. The Alvis clipboard is a temporary storage area that holds up to 24 items, text, or graphics copied from any Office program. And to have the clipboard be open all the time, you just click this little mark here. Then you'll see that your clipboard is there. And then, say I wanted to copy something. The only thing I have in here is my footer header. So let's go in the header. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, let's type on. And say I wanted to copy that. You copy it the same way, but you'll see that it has both things there, so that you can choose to paste or delete. And that's helpful if you're going to paste a lot of things into a document, and you can even have the clipboard open in multiple documents. Say you want to copy them from Word and paste them in Excel, you can do that. When writing, you may discover that you use the same word in multiple locations, or that the word used was not quite appropriate. In these instances, you want to look for a synonym, or a word that's similar in meaning to the duplicate or inappropriate word. And in Word, you just right-click the word, and then you have the option to look for a synonym. And of course, some words don't have synonyms, so you wouldn't find one. Business documents can include letters, memos, newspapers, proposals, and resumes. Clip art is a predefined graphic. So these pictures I have up here are clip art that I've inserted. And you just find them online, whichever one you want. Word by default places a tab stop at every 1/2 inch mark on the ruler. Tab settings are a paragraph format. Thus, every time you press the Enter key, any custom tab stops are carried forward to the next paragraph. These are some character formatting shortcuts, and you want to review these before you take the midterm. The ones that I use mostly are Control B for bold, Control C for copy, which I don't see on here, and Control V for paste. Then there's also character formatting shortcuts, which are to format the characters, such as hanging, indent, double spacing, and these can come in handy and actually save you time if you learn these. If you have access to the book and have been able to subscribe to my highlights, you'll see that I've highlighted things that you need to read before you take the midterm. That's all I have. If you have any questions about the assignments for this week or need help with anything, please don't forget to let me know. Also, if you didn't do very well on the assignment last week, you can make corrections for a better grade this week. That's all. Thank you.